Let us go for chemistry. In chemistry, we will take electrochemistry chapter. In electrochemistry chapter, we will discuss molar conductivity and concentration relation. Molar conductivity and concentration relation we will see. Now, first we will see concentration and degree of dissociation relation. Concentration and degree of dissociation relation we will take. Sir, now we will take concentration. On decreasing the concentration, degree of dissociation of whatever the electrolyte, whether it is strong electrolyte or it is weak electrolyte, whatever the electrolyte, degree of dissociation increases. Degree of dissociation increases. Due to that, number of ions, what happens means that is increases. Sorry, number of ions increases. Next, distance between ions. Distance between ions, if you see, distance between ions increases. Since the distance increases, attractive forces between ions, attractive forces, positive ion, negative ion, attractive forces between ions decreases. Attractive forces between ions decreases. Sir, now what will happen to the lambda m value? What will happen to the lambda m value? That we will see. Molar conductivity, what will happen? Whether it will rise or decrease, that we have to see. Molar conductivity. So molar conductivity, what will happen, and kappa, what will happen, that we'll see. Now kappa, what happens means experimental analysis says kappa decreases. For this, what explanation we have given in the sense number of ions per unit volume of solution decreases. That explanation we have given. So we have given the explanation like this. So you are decreasing the concentration. On decreasing the concentration, alpha increases for strong or weak electrolyte, whatever the electrolyte. Due to increase of alpha, number of ions increases. Then on decreasing the concentration, distance between ions increases. Why? Because more amount of solvent, more quantity of solvent comes in between ions. Therefore, distance between ions increases. Since the distance is increasing, attraction between ions decreases. Sir, if in this case, for this case, what happens to the kappa in the sense kappa decreases? It is an experimental term. Therefore, what explanation we have given in the sense number of ions per unit volume of solution decreases. Sir, now what will happen to molar conductivity? That we have to see. What experimental analysis says? Experimental analysis says that molar conductivity increases. Molar conductivity increases. Sir, molar conductivity increases in the sense how to give the explanation. Molar conductivity increases. So how to give the explanation? That means shall we say distance between ions increases, attraction between ions decreases, number of moles of ions increases, shall we say for this case? For this case, shall we say like this? That means lambda m, experimental analysis says lambda m increases because alpha increases, number of moles of ions increases, distance between ions increases, attraction between ions decreases. So lambda m increases, shall we say? So lambda m and kappa, what is the difference you see? Lambda m means it is not depending on volume, but kappa depends only on volume. Kappa means unit volume of solution we have to take. Lambda m means we need not see volume of solution. We have to see 1 mole of electrolyte we have to see. Lambda m means we have to see 1 mole of electrolyte. Kappa means we have to see unit volume of solution. Since we need not see volume, we can say lambda m increases because number of ions increases, distance between ions increases, attraction between ions decreases. Attraction decreases means ions can move freely and easily. Attraction decreases means ions can move easily and freely. Number of ions increases, also current carrying ability increases. Therefore, we can say lambda m increases. So on decreasing the concentration, what happens to the lambda m in the sense lambda m increases whether it is weak electrolyte or strong electrolyte. Whatever the electrolyte, lambda m increases. Okay. Now, graphically, we will see lambda m concentration relation. Graphically, we are seeing lambda m and concentration relation. We'll see. Now, we will take here lambda m, we will take molar conductivity, we will take here, and concentration we will take here. concentration will take square root of concentration will take here. So we have taken molar conductivity in y-axis and the square root of concentration in x-axis we have taken. We will get a graph. What is a graph? We will get that. We will see for a, we are getting a graph like this. We are getting a graph like this for which means strong electrolyte. For strong electrolyte, we got a graph like this. For strong electrolyte KCl we have taken. For strong electrolyte, we got a graph like this. Okay. Now let us extrapolate this graph. Let us extrapolate this graph. We are extrapolating this graph. Extrapolating in the sense we have to draw the graph by seeing other parts. Why to extrapolate? Because experimentally we are getting this much. Here we are not getting. Why we are not getting? In the sense we are decreasing the concentration like this, and making the concentration to 0 is difficult. Making the concentration 0 is difficult because concentration is 0 means infinitely diluted solution. So that condition taking is difficult. So we are extrapolating the graph. So these concentrations experimentally we are preparing these concentrated solutions. So we got molar conductivity experimentally like this. Here this concentration is 0. Here concentration is 0. Concentration 0 means infinitely diluted solution. Getting that solution is difficult. So getting molar conductivity experimentally difficult. So what we will do in the sense we will extrapolate this graph with respect to rest of the curve. So by seeing the rest of the curve, we are extrapolating the curve like this. So on extrapolating, the curve cuts like this. Now on extrapolating the curve is cutting like this we said. Okay, the curve is cutting like this. Okay, now this point is called what? That we have to see. This point is called what? We have to see. Okay, in that point what is the concentration you see? In that point what is the concentration you see? Extrapolate means what you are asking. Extrapolate in the sense extrapolate. What is the meaning of extrapolate? You are asking. What is the meaning of that? I will say again. Now see, for this concentration, it is one certain concentration. Okay, it is certain concentration. Now it is certain concentration. This is certain concentration. For this concentration, it is certain concentration. This solution we prepared. For this we are experimentally finding molar conductivity. Why we considered this point means what is the meaning of extrapolation for that case? We are preparing this concentration. We are preparing this concentration. For this we are preparing this concentrated solution. For this we are getting experimentally molar conductivity. We are preparing this concentration. For this we are getting a molar conductivity experimentally. Let us prepare this concentration. Let us prepare this concentration. For this let us prepare this concentration. For this we are getting experimentally molar conductivity. We are getting molar conductivity experimentally. Here we are getting molar conductivity. Molar conductivity this much. Molar conductivity this much. So this concentration we prepared. This concentration we prepared for this. This concentration we prepared for this molar conductivity. We got this much. This concentration, this concentrated solution, we cannot prepare because it is very low, much low. This concentration we cannot prepare because it is much low. For this molar conductivity we cannot get. For this molar conductivity we cannot get. This concentration we cannot prepare because preparing is difficult. For this molar conductivity we cannot get experimentally. this concentration is very dilute, very much low. So preparing is difficult. Preparing difficult in the sense experimentally for this solution molar conductivity we cannot get because we are not preparing. This is zero concentration. Zero concentration means infinitely diluted solution. Zero concentration we cannot prepare. We cannot prepare in the sense highly difficult. So that zero concentration we cannot prepare. Highly difficult for therefore. So that molar conductivity at zero concentration. Zero concentration means infinitely diluted solution. Zero concentration preparing is difficult. That is called infinitely diluted solution. For that molar conductivity experimentally we are not getting because of difficulties. So here graph, here this part graph we cannot draw. This part graph we are unable to draw because experimentally we are not getting the values. Experimentally we are not getting the values. So we are getting we are unable to draw this graph. We are unable to draw curve here because experimentally we are unable to prepare this solution. Sir, so here what we have to do, how to draw graph here, how to draw graph at this place, how to draw graph at this place, because experimentally we are not getting lambda m. So what we have to do means we have to see rest of the graph. This graph we have drawn using experiment. So by seeing the behavior of graph, with respect to behavior of this graph, rest of this graph we can draw. That is called a extrapolation. What is the meaning of extrapolation? You see, here we cannot draw the graph. We cannot draw the graph. We drew the graph here by getting experimental value. Now we can draw graph here with respect to this graph. With respect to this graph, by seeing the nature of this graph, with respect to this nature of graph, we can draw this graph. That point is called a extrapolation. So now how to extrapolate? You see, here we have seen the nature. Here we have seen the nature. By seeing the nature, we are extrapolating the curve like this. It is called extrapolation. Extrapolation of curve means like this. Sir, we have extrapolated the graph. Sorry. Now this point, at this point concentration is 0. Therefore this lambda m is called a molar conductivity at 0 concentration. Molar conductivity at 0 concentration, or molar conductivity at 0 concentration we can say. Molar conductivity at 0 concentration we can say. Okay. Molar conductivity at 0 concentration we can say. For this another word we can say molar conductivity at infinitely diluted solution we can say. Molar conductivity at infinitely diluted solution we can say. Sir, so we got a molar conductivity at infinitely diluted solution. So this point is called what? Means molar conductivity at infinitely diluted solution, or molar conductivity at 0 concentration. Why? Because for this point concentration is 0. So concentration 0 means infinitely diluted solution. Infinitely diluted solution, for that respective molar conductivity is called lambda m0, molar conductivity at 0 concentration, or lambda m infinity, that is called molar conductivity at infinitely diluted solution we can say. So for this is a graph for which electrolyte, in the sense strong electrolyte. So for strong electrolyte we can get molar conductivity. For strong electrolyte we can get lambda m naught or lambda m infinity by extrapolating. For strong electrolyte we can get lambda m naught or lambda m infinity graphically by extrapolating. Okay, this point remember that for strong electrolytes, for strong electrolytes we can get a lambda m naught or lambda m infinity through graph by extrapolation. By extrapolation we can get. Okay, now we will see next point. We will see now lambda m and concentration relation for strong electrolytes. Next point we are seeing. What is the next point that we will see? That is now lambda m we are considering. Lambda m we will consider. Lambda m we will consider, and the square root of c we will consider. Square root of c we will consider. This lambda m is y axis. This lambda m is y-axis, square root of c is x-axis, square root of c is x-axis. We got a linear graph. Therefore, y is equal to mx plus c. We will say y is equal to mx plus c. So here, what is the intercept in the sense y? What is the y-intercept in the sense lambda m naught? Lambda m naught is the y-intercept. What is the slope in the sense negative slope? Negative slope here. Therefore, we will write a negative slope. We are writing. Sir. Now see, we are getting the graph here. We are getting the graph here. In this graph, y-axis is lambda m, x-axis is square root of c. It is a linear graph. Y-intercept, the y-intercept is lambda m naught. Y-intercept is lambda m naught or lambda m infinity. Lambda m infinity. Slope is a negative slope. This graph is a linear graph. Slope is a negative slope. Negative slope. Therefore, minus a we have written. Sir. Now lambda m is obtained experimentally. Concentration we are preparing. Concentration means we what solution we are preparing, that concentration. Lambda m naught we are getting graphically. Now this minus a. Minus means negative. A is called slope. This slope depends on what? This slope depends on what means one we can say this slope magnitude depends on what? One is solvent. Electrolytic solution we are taking. Electrolytic solution in the sense we have to take solvent. This slope depends on solvent. Sir, this slope depends on solvent. Next, this slope whether it is depending on solute or not. Whether it is depending on solute or not, that we have to see. Next, temperature. Next, temperature. Temperature we have to see. Next, we have to see pressure. Next, we have to see pressure. Next, we have to see nature of electrolyte. Nature of electrolyte. That is only we have said. We said what means solute. We said what we said in the sense solute. Sorry, okay. First we will see solvent. First we will see solvent. Solvent in the sense water we can take, or chloroform we can take, carbon tetrachloride we can take, any solvent we can take. Solvent means any term we can take solvent in the sense. Ethanol we can take as a solvent. So different solvents are available. Different solvents are available. Shall we say all the solvents are non-conductors? We cannot say no. All the solvents are non-conductors, we cannot say. Therefore, solvent also conducting electricity in the sense solvent also shows contribution towards lambda m. Therefore, this graph depends on lambda m. This graph depends on solvent. Sir, solvent is this graph depending on solvent means slope also depending on solvent. Sir, so slope depends on solvent. So we will take what we will do in the sense we will fix solvent. We will fix solvent. Solvent we will fix it. Sir. Next, temperature we will see. Temperature if you change, that is temperature if you change, kinetic energy changes. Kinetic energy changes in the sense, movement of ions, ability of ions to move. Ions move fast. Movement of ions changes. And temperature if you change, degree of dissociation also changes. Degree of dissociation changes in the sense number of moles of ions changes. Therefore, lambda m changes. Lambda m changes. Lambda m changes means in this curve difference will be there. In this curve difference will be there. Lambda m changing means curve is changing. Curve is changing means slope changes. Therefore, a changes. So that we let us fix even temperature also. Let us fix even temperature also. Let us fix. Okay, temperature also fixed. Sir. Next one is what means pressure. Next one is pressure. It is electrolytic solution. Electrolytic solution in the sense we are taking electrolytic solution. Electrolytic solution in the sense generally gaseous solution we may not take. Gaseous solution not possible. Electrolytic solution means gaseous solution mostly not possible. Gaseous solution not possible in the sense liquid solutions. Liquid solutions in the sense pressure effect on liquid solution is less significant. So we need not consider about a pressure term. We need not consider about a pressure term. So pressure term we need not consider. Sorry, okay. Here solute means electrolyte. Okay. Solute means nature of electrolyte that we are considering. Okay. Nature of electrolyte. So nature of electrolyte in the sense, for example, nature of electrolyte in the sense, for example, we can take NaCl. NaCl means Na plus Cl minus. KCl we can take K plus Cl minus. KCl we can take K plus Cl minus. Sir, if we take NaCl and KCl, we will take. Nature of electrolyte is different. One is NaCl, another one is KCl. Sir, okay. Now, if you see in what way they are different in the sense, here anion is same. Okay, Cl minus, Cl minus. Okay. Cation is different. So, extent of hydration is different. So, size of solvated ions is different. But charge is same. Charge remains same. Sorry. So, these two electrolytes is different in what way means size of solvated ions. Difference. But charge remains same. Here charge plus 1, here also charge plus 1. Charge remains same. Sir, okay. Now we will see lambda m, we will see. Lambda m we will see. Lambda m for Na plus, lambda m for K plus, certainly different. There is no doubt. Lambda m for Na plus, lambda m for K plus, certainly different. That is no doubt. Sir, okay. Difference in the sense, some difference will be there. Sorry. Next, charge remains same. Here plus 1, here plus 1. Charge remains same. So, NaCl graph, KCl graph. This NaCl graph and KCl graph, if you see, we will get same linear graph we will get. Same, that means for this y is equal to mx plus c. For this also y equal to mx plus c we will get, or different we will get. That point we will see. Here y is equal to mx plus c. Here also y is equal to mx plus c. In that there is no doubt because both are strong electrolytes. Y is equal to mx plus c. Y is equal to mx plus c. So for this we are getting slope. For this also we are getting slope. So now you say this magnitude of slope for these two different or same. For these two, the remaining things we have to fix. Solvent is fixed, temperature is fixed. Solvent is fixed. That means solvent is same for both. Temperature also same for both. Sir. Now, for this curve, this lambda m curve, for this lambda m versus square root of c curve, certainly different. There is no doubt. But both will be linear only. Y is equal to mx plus c only. Now we have to see slope. This slope we have to see. Here slope and here slope. How it will be there? How the slope will be there? For this slope value, for this slope value. Will it be different or same? Will it be different or same? So one student says slope will be same. For this slope will be same. Slope will be same, you are saying. For both slope will be same. For both slope will be same. Sir, okay. Before discussing that point, let us see lambda m versus square root of c curve for NaCl and KCl. We will see. For KCl, the curve is this one. For NaCl, the curve will be above this or below this or over this. How it will be there? How the curve will be there? That point we have to see. Sir. Now, for this lambda m is equal to kappa by c. Kappa by c. That means concentration you can take in terms of molarity. For this also, lambda m is equal to kappa by C. Now, we discussed one point, here kappa different. Here kappa different because size of solvated ions are different. That point we have seen. Concentration we can take as same, that we can prepare. Here 1 molar means here also 1 molar, that we can prepare. So concentration we can make them equal. Concentration we can make them equal. But kappa is different. That point we discussed already. Kappa for Na plus, kappa for K plus different. Therefore, for this lambda m different. Therefore, it is a KCl curve means NaCl curve will be either above or below. That we have to discuss. NaCl curve will not be over KCl curve. Sorry, okay. Now, this kappa is I for which one? Na plus or K plus? For that, we have to see the size of solvated ions. Here, extent of hydration high, extent of hydration low. Size of solvated ion low, size of solvated ion. Size of solvated ion high here, size of solvated ion low here. Size of solvated ion high because extent of hydration high. Size of solvated ion low because extent of hydration low. Therefore, it will move fast, it will move slow. Therefore, conductivity high. Conductivity high for this, conductivity low for this. Conductivity low means for this lambda m is low. Sir, for NaCl lambda m is low. Therefore, for NaCl, how the graph will be there in the sense, for NaCl the graph will be like this. For NaCl the graph will be like this. NaCl graph will be like this. It is also linear graph only, but below KCl. Sorry, okay. Now let us see the slope for NaCl and KCl. Slope for NaCl and KCl, let us discuss. For this slope, do you feel same? What do you say? For this graph, slope, it is a linear graph, it is also linear graph. For this slope, same or different? What do you say? For this slope, same or different? What do you say? Equal or not equal? Equal or not equal? Okay, slope is different. That means this slope A depends even on nature of electrolyte. Sorry, okay. Now, for strong electrolytes, how the graph will be there? How the relation between lambda m and square root of C that we have seen here. Lambda m naught for this strong electrolyte, lambda m naught we can get graphically. Experimentally we cannot get, but graphically we can get by extrapolating. Sorry, okay. Next we will see weak electrolytes we will take. Now we will take weak electrolytes. Let us take weak electrolytes. For weak electrolytes, how the graph will be there, that point we will see. Now here we will take lambda m, molar conductivity we will take. Here square root of concentration we will take. Now what is a weak electrolyte we are taking in the sense acetic acid we are taking. Acetic acid is a weak electrolyte. For this weak electrolyte, how the graph will be there in the sense for this weak electrolyte, the graph is like this. The graph is like this. For this weak electrolyte, we have drawn the graph. Sir, okay. For weak electrolyte, we have drawn the graph like this. Sir. Now see, on decreasing the concentration, what happens to the lambda m you see? On decreasing the concentration, what happens to the lambda m? That means here for weak electrolyte, on decreasing the concentration, by decreasing the concentration, what happens means alpha increases. So number of ions, what happens means increases. Distance between ions, what happens means increases. Attraction between ions, what happens means decreases. Therefore lambda m increases. Sir, lambda m increases. Here graph, some modification we'll do in this graph. Some modification we'll do in this graph. The graph goes like this. Graph goes like this. Some modified graph we modified is to some extent. Sir. Now that extent of increase of lambda m, that point we'll see. Now on decreasing the concentration, lambda m increases. Okay. Now here concentration decreases. If you go like this, lambda m increases. But at this place, if you see, at this place you see, concentration decreases, lambda m increases. In what way you see? Lambda m increases in what way you see? Here concentration decreases, lambda m increases. Here concentration decreases, lambda m increases. But that extent of increase of lambda m, that point you see. That point we have to consider here. Here in this place, if you see, if you go like this, concentration decreases. Lambda m what happens means increases. Here if you see, concentration decreases. Lambda m also increases. But increase in lambda m, extent of increase of lambda m, that point you see. Extent of increase of lambda m here, extent of increase of lambda m here you see. Here extent of increase of lambda m is more, extent of increase of lambda m is less. That means here alpha increases, here also alpha increases, but extent of increase of alpha is more, extent of increase of alpha is less. Therefore here alpha increases, here also alpha increases, but extent of increase is more here. That's why lambda m is showing like this. The curve is showing like this. Sorry, okay. Now, shall we say, when the concentration approaches zero, when the concentration approaches zero, shall we say alpha is 1? That means complete dissociation, shall we say, from this experiment? Shall we say complete dissociation, though electrolyte is weak electrolyte? Because you see, lambda m you see, here lambda m increases, but here sharply increases like this. That means here at this place, increase of lambda magnitude is more. So when concentration attains 0, we can say alpha attains 1. When concentration attains 0, we can say alpha attains 1. Alpha attains 1 means complete dissociation, though it is weak electrolyte. So though the electrolyte is weak, the alpha becomes 1. That means complete dissociation, complete ionization when the concentration approaches 0. Sir. So when the concentration approaches 0, the molar conductivity is symbolically represented as lambda m 0, molar conductivity of 0 concentration. Or we can say lambda m infinity. This is called molar conductivity at infinitely diluted solution. It is also called what means limiting molar conductivity. Limiting molar conductivity. Why do we say limiting word? Why do we say limiting word? Because concentration attains 0 in the sense, below this concentration not there. So for concentration 0 lambda m this much means below this not there, means after this not there. That's why limiting molar conductivity. Next value not there. So if lambda m goes on changing, at this point lambda m is having certain value. This side lambda m not there, this side concentration not there. We can go concentration like this, concentration goes on decreasing like this up to this. Here concentration 0, this side there is no concentration, therefore there is no lambda m. That's why it is called a limiting molar conductivity. Limiting word we have used. Set. So lambda m naught means molar concentration at 0 concentration, molar conductivity at 0 concentration. Lambda m infinity means molar conductivity at infinitely diluted solution. Another word is what means limiting molar conductivity. Now you say Can we get limiting molar conductivity for weak electrolytes using graph? Now see this point. Limiting molar conductivity we cannot get experimentally for strong electrolytes. We can get only by using graph, even for that is for strong electrolyte. Now, can we get limiting molar conductivity for weak electrolytes using graph? Using graph, we cannot get. We cannot extrapolate this. Why we cannot extrapolate? Because this part is parallel to y-axis. This part is parallel to y-axis. Then how to extrapolate this? If you extrapolate this curve, that extrapolation will be parallel to this y-axis only, no? Then we cannot extrapolate this curve. Then can we get limiting molar conductivity for weak electrolytes using graph? We cannot get. So limiting molar conductivity for weak electrolytes we cannot get for using graph. Why? Because extrapolation is not possible. Why extrapolation is not possible? Because this place the curve is parallel to y-axis. Parallel to y-axis means if you extrapolate the curve will be prolonging. But it is how it will be there means parallel to y-axis only will be there. It will not cut y-axis. So that extrapolation not possible. So limiting molar conductivity, extrapolation not possible in the sense that extrapolation will not give concentration 0. That is the thing. So that limiting molar conductivity for weak electrolytes we cannot get using graph. So limiting molar conductivity of weak electrolytes from graph we cannot get. Sir, how to get limiting molar conductivity for weak electrolytes? How to get limiting molar conductivity for weak electrolytes? For that case, Kohlrausch law is there. For that case, what law is there in the sense Kohlrausch law? For that, what law is there means Kohlrausch law. Using this law, we can get limiting molar conductivity for weak electrolytes. Limiting molar conductivity for weak electrolytes we can get like this. Sorry. Now we will see this law. We will see. Now we will take electrolyte. We will take electrolyte. For electrolyte, how the molar conductivity will be there, we will see. We are taking electrolyte. We will take electrolyte. One is NaCl, another one is what means KCl. We will take NaCl and KCl. For these two, lambda m is different. For these two, lambda m is different. Why? Because it is Na plus, it is K plus. Therefore, lambda m is different. Now we will take KCl and KBr. We will take KCl and KBr. We will take. What do you think about lambda m? What do you think about lambda m of K plus of KCl, lambda m of K plus of KBr? Do you think that lambda m of K plus of KCl, lambda m of K plus of KBr different or same? How it will be there? How the lambda m will be there? Now lambda m molar conductivity of K plus of KCl solution, lambda m of K plus of KCl KBr solution. How do you feel these two? This is a lambda m of K plus of KBr solution. How do you feel these two solutions, these two values? These two values, how it will be there? For KCl solution, K plus is showing conductivity, Cl minus also showing conductivity. For KBr solution, K plus showing conductivity, Br minus also showing conductivity. Now we are asking K plus conductivity of KCl solution, K plus conductivity of KBr solution. Sir, one student says different, one student says same. Sir, now we will